Morning traders, and welcome to our trading room. We will be putting this recording out on YouTube. So to my YouTube viewers, good morning. I hope you guys did well last week and hope you're trading well. This week you will get my views on what we see and what we do. There's a trade we took this morning in the Asian session. That's before this recording. We're in the London session right now. This was the sell. If you were in the trade, you should take profit because the chances are it's going to go higher. That was just a very small trade. So let's go. Dollar index. Dollar index is coming down, right? And it kind of broke out of this, right? We're going down. On the bigger picture, if you're looking at the bigger picture of things, remember last week we were saying that it's possible you could get a running flat, one more down, and then upside, right? So we're looking at a possibility that they're making a correction like this, and then probably go back up. So we were expecting this move to go up like that, and then come back down here, and then go up. That's the assumption based on what we have, right? Based on the structure we have, we're thinking that's a very, very high probability. So it did go up. If you were buying, you did great, but it didn't go as far as we expected. We'll always expect it to be equal to this. It doesn't have to be equal, right? So here's the thing. One of the two things are going to happen now. It will actually consolidate in this range now and then drop, totally drop. If that drop, we're dropping really strong. Or this was a running flat, but a very small one in this case. This one doesn't have to go to the top. There's no rule to that. And it comes here now, break this low and go back up. So if we drop today and we break the low, we will make the assumption that it's likely going to go back up, right? So based on the patterns we have, that's what we're doing. So what we'd be doing is looking for a sell setup here. There's a small flag here that broke out already, and it's making another small flag. What I hate is when they make a series of small flags into each other. Right? So this would be a sell setup here. The only way I will change this into a sell setup if for whatever reason this works its way back to the top and we get a flag here for the buy. Now, if you get a flag there for buy, that means we'll be coming back to retest these stops and maybe even higher. Because we would go with an expanding flat here. I'm not going with an expanding flat there as yet. We actually had this as a running flat on Friday for the buy. So let's see what happens here. This is actually a flag, and I think it can break and it can go. We do have some buy setups and some other pairs, so that's a good one. This should be a sell setup. It will be an active sell. This morning it wasn't an active sell. Now it's an active sell. Silver drop, like I said, the drop is temporary. It's a very small trade. It was a 5-minute flag that we took. It actually dropped really nice. If you took the trade, you should take off the profit, because one of the two things are going to happen. It's going to go right back up. We don't have a buy setup as yet. We'll probably go with the buy if we get it. We'll end up buying it somewhere here, or if we get a flag earlier. But could it still continue to go? Well, yes. In that case, we want to see another consolidation here. And if you get another consolidation like this, we can sell again. So next consolidation will repeat the sell. If you sold it and you close the trade, by rule, if you sold this and you closed it, by rule, you should put your entry order just a little under the low. That was only if you sold it. If you didn't sell it, you have to wait for a flag. It's a really weird concept, but it makes sense if you understand what we're talking about. We're talking about either you being in the same trade going, or you're now looking for a trade. If you're looking for a trade, you do not have a trade setup. Right? This is a 1-minute flag, unless you can trade the 1-minute flag and take the risk of it. But if you were in the trade, all you did was take out some profit, and you're now looking to continue the same trade should it go. Of course, you'll be giving up about 10 pips in it, a very small portion of the profit. So that is the money management concept we use, and the trade management concept. So sorry, not money man, trade management. Gold we expect to drop. We were looking at it and we thought it would come down. It did come down. The only thing we are looking for this move, not such a big one. We're looking for this move here. And this morning it was somewhere here. So we thought it would come down. It actually came down. It went up a little more than came down. So we will be looking at this as a running flat. And we can trade it the way we trade running flats. Right? Which is you buy above the top with a stop under the thing here. So the entry order should be here and the stop here. Why is the entry order there important? Why not here? Well, we're not sure. You can't be 100% sure that is a running flat. It can become something more complex, right? Maybe this one belongs to something in the past and not that. So it has to prove that it's a running flat. The buy goes here. And if it breaks that up, it will prove it's a running flat. Now, if we get a good flag here, we can consider that that flag is going to continue to go and break the top. So we can buy the flag. But without the flag, you don't buy, because it will stop right here. and it'll drop to the bottom and then start to do something like this, drop again, pull back, make a running flat, and then we'll be selling it. Here's a good example. You bought here and it go there and then it drop here. Now you're lucky if this goes back up. Right? It doesn't have to go back up. This is the one. You buy in this one and then it drop. You're lucky if it goes back up. Right? So if you buy this and it drop, you'll be lucky if it goes back up. Now, since this is the top, that's the absolute top, right? I think the best thing to do is let it prove it's going more. So either you get a flag here to buy or you buy above the top. Should it start consolidating here, we'll assume we're either making another flat here for upside or downside, depending on which direction the consolidation go and how deep it pulls back to the top. So this is a buy setup. We're looking for a setup. This is an active buy. This morning it was a buy setup. Now it's an active buy. You can put your entry on. Silver, we will still leave open for both sides because we'll look for the buy setup as well as you can put your entry for the sell if you were in the trade. If you're not in the trade, wait for flags. Euro, some of the traders were in the euro buy this morning. I hope they managed to close it. If not, you take break even. Right? Because this looks like it's trying to go back deep. And I'm not sure that we need a running flat here, but there's a possibility we'll get one. There's a possibility this might be part of just a correction and not the low, right? So it could come a little more here and still go up. So I still think it's upside. I don't think we're dropping. We never broke this top. So any drop here is making a bigger consolidation in here for upside, right? Just making a bigger consolidation. So I still think it's upside, but you shouldn't stay with the trade, right? You can close the trade and re-enter. I think it consolidated quite a lot there in this, and even on the 15, it didn't really go. Now, let's say you're in the trade, but you didn't manage to close it. You just came in back and it's a couple pip upside down and you did manage to close it. And your stop is where it is, right? Either here or either under the low. Right? What you're going to do is you're going to wait for this to pull back. At some point, it starts pulling back. Close the trade for break even. Wait for a buy here. So if you're now coming in, your buy should be here. We will make the assumption that it's making a running flat. So I'm going to take this as part of the correction, and we're going to assume that right now it's making close to -3. Okay, that's good. Close to -3 is good. I mean, if all your bad trades close to -3 pips, you're going to have a great account. So that's a good thing about it, right? When we are sure it's not, when we look at it and it's not going and we're looking at the way it's going to go, we're like, okay, this is it. So I still think it's, but don't stay with it to prove it's that. Because if we're wrong and they're making a bigger consolidation, yeah, it's possible that it dropped, but you'll have to make sure that they prove that, right? Let's say this and this is making a bigger flat here. Then this would be the core correction. So this is going to come down here. It will make a flag. We'll go trade that, make a flag, trade that, make a flag. It might even stay here much thing, go back up there, make this a flat, come back here, and then go. So can we stay here for a long time? Yeah, this is a 15-minute chart. So we can stay there for much longer. But it's not a sell setup unless you get a flag, because if it's making a running flat, it's going to stop here and take off. So now we have to see, will silver consolidate and drop? Will gold consolidate and drop? Will euro consolidate and drop? Right? That means dollar index will reverse. It means dollar index wouldn't go down, it will go up. It's going up back. So if dollar index keeps going up back, we will still treat it as a possible flat like this. We'll still treat this as a flat, running flat too. Maybe expanding because we broke the top. This will become part of the correction, and this would be like a 1, 2, 3 in there. This one broke the top. That's why we assume that it's finished. So even if it comes here, you're not in the trade. I think one guy was saying, but you keep saying these patterns could change. How do you? Well, this is how you trade it. If you were in the trade, you close the trade, you put an entry under the low, which is where you're putting it. And if it goes up, what do you care? I mean, big deal. You don't have a buy setup there. You're not trying to buy that. If you're trying to buy this, you go buy all of them that looks like this and see what happens to you. Right? You're waiting for that perfect setup. Now, if this is going to go back up, I'll keep an eye on it when it comes here. As of now, that's still a flat. Just a running flat. That's all. So we'll still be looking for the sell. This sell is, the stop goes here, the sell goes here, and we're expecting it to drop to this bottom. We'll see where it goes. Can this go back up and break the top? I doubt it. Let's say we look at this as the expanding flat. Right? This one broke the low, so you'd have to go with this one. This needs to go up here, make a flag, and then we'll say, you know what? What if it's an expanding flat? Can this go there? If we think it can, then we take the trade. If we don't think it will go, we'll look at how it's structured itself, then we'll just stay away from it. So it's still a sell setup. That has not changed. Pung is coming down. We expected that. This wasn't the buy. This was it going to show you it's going to break the top, or it's going to come to the top because we're already at the top. We wanted it to come here, and then you put this entry order. So this entry order goes here now. You can actually put it now. because we broke the top, right? That's a running flat. We kind of tagged the top. So the entry order needs to be here, about 2 or 3 pips above it, and this is the flat. So this is a really nice one. This is a perfect, well-structured flat, right? Here's the thing. What if you see something like this and then it eventually comes here? No big deal. Remember, this broke the top, so we will take this as the B. You get this, this comes here, and then we look for the buy setup from there. Now, can we sell this? Absolutely. The sell is, it has to come and break this low by the rule. And then if this is a flat, here's what's going to happen. It's going to go back up like this. What if it's not a flat and this is the top? What if this was some small correction in here? And this one went up slow, but broke the top, and that's the final impulse, and they come back here. Well, then it starts to consolidate here. And we sell that consolidation for first this move. So let this move prove to us that this is actually running flat and then upside. Right? Or just keep coming here, making flags and go, and then we'll go look for some kind of a contracting flat. That would be double contracting flat, because it will be this contracting flat and then this contracting flat. I don't think 2 contracting flats are there. So we're looking for the buy setup. Now, this buy is not a greatest buy because we still have this hanging here, right? You can make an argument and put it with this one. That's possible. So when it breaks, we'll see how far it goes, but it's a buy setup. So this is an active trade now. That was a setup this morning. Now it's an active trade. Yep, we still have this as the sell setup. It did break, but it's not going, and that's good. So remember, stay away from that. We decided we'll stay away about 4 or 5 pips from it. If this consolidate and drop, that's a trade. So this is becoming a flag. I will keep this entry here, right? Because this is becoming a small flag. Now, I don't think it's going to drop very far because that is way back at the top there. Even if it drops, it's probably going to come here. Make a flat and go back up, right? We might eventually put this as an expanding flat because we didn't have that contracting flat this morning. We on Friday, we put it this morning because this one went up pretty deep. Or it's going to, it's still, once you come back to the top, it's going to go back up as a flat. So the question is whether we want this trade. And I like it. I think it's worth going for. Let's see if it drops. So that's an active sell from this morning. It's still valid. New Zealand is coming down. We expected that. Remember, it was here this morning, but we didn't have a sell setup because it pulled back pretty deep. If it was a flag here, we'll be selling it. So where are we expecting it? We're expecting this to come back here. Sorry, wrong one. We're expecting. There's the arrow. Oh, good. We're expecting it to come back like this. And then upside. Now, this upside is almost sure thing to go because this is a consolidation outside of the structure. Outside of this structure. And that means we might be looking for a move up like this. So now it's proving that it's actually going up by consolidating outside of the structure. And if that proves what we think it is, all you have to do is get an entry order above the top or wait for this to give you a flag internally and take that trade all the way to the top there. Because once it breaks out like that, it's probably going to go. Let's see, you will not see divergence in this piece. See this whole piece here, there is no divergence. We will only know if we have divergence when we break this top with the entire structure. All right, I think we will have divergence when we break that up because it's likely going to come back down. Remember, all of that is consolidation within the whole. Like you got this move, then you get 1, 2, 3, then you get that move, and then you go. We're just going to stay here for a long time. We're in a huge weekly, daily consolidation at the bottom here. Right? We're making a huge consolidation in this range. So this comes here, it comes back here, go back up there, and then still come down more. So go back to the 1 hour. What's the trade setup? Put an entry order. You can put the entry order above the top and don't put it now. Wait until it comes down. As a matter of fact, you know what? You can actually put that entry order now. If we're wrong about that coming down deep and it actually takes off from here, the buy is valid. So you can put an entry order just above this top. Now, I do think it's going to come here. Can we sell it? We still don't have a sell setup. It has to make a flag here. And then we can trade that flag to this point. I doubt we'll get a flag. Because if it makes another flag, it's going to be more of a correction rather than the upside. So an entry order there for the buy, assuming that this here is a correction for upside, is valid. But if it comes all the way here, we look for a flag from the bottom going up. Because I don't think we're going to get a flag here to sell. But if you get a flag to sell, it will be good. If it stays here, make a small. You don't want a big flag now. You really want a very small flag here. So you can trade this. If this is some kind of a correction for upside, it's just going to be one more impulse before you get this. It's going to be a long drawn, longer running flat than we think. This is a regular flat as of now. right? Because we didn't break the top. So this would be more of a regular flat coming from this point. It'll be something like that. CAD. So we can put this as an active buy. CAD, we're looking for a sell. We wanted this to go back up. It go back up. So perfect. Go for your sell setup now. You can take the sell. I don't think it will go far. But we can sell it, right? If you get one drop like that, it'll be okay. So one drop, take profit because this thing is likely going to go back up. Let's see if we can get it the flag from the top to go. But that's a 5 minutes. The 50 minutes flag is good. It's worth the sell. You can get a drop like this and then go back up. This is a good trade. Now, remember, if this flat is all you need, we're assuming that it's a channel. That's the assumption. And the reason we're assuming the channel, because these three are really sharp and this one is coming down really, really slow. So when we see that, we make the assumption that, well, they're channeling. So you want this to drop here, maybe go back up like that. If they do, then we'll go with this as a running flat and then drop again. But if this drop really sharp and come out of this structure, any pullback, we're selling. We're staying with the sell. So I don't think it's going to drop very far, but it's okay. It's a good trade. Do we have any CAD news today? No, today today the whole European session is off. French bank is off. German banks are off. I think we have Canadian bank holiday, so CAD might not move today. It's moving, right? You could get it traded, might move very slow, but the whole European session will be off. So we'll just do this webinar, and I think just be careful of any trade you take. They're still moving, right? The other banks are working. So let's see. This is a sell setup. Swiss, we're looking for the buy. We need it to come down, but it's breaking out. So it's going to be a long drawn out running flat if it goes any higher. So we have an entry order above the top. I don't think we'll break the top, but if this consolidation take off, take the trade. It might be slow because we haven't got this. And I don't think that's a contracting flat. Could be, you never know. We might be, looking at this as a possible contracting flat there. They did break out of this piece. So it broke out here. It could be a contracting flat. This trade is valid. Put it there. If it comes lower, we'd expect them to come here and then go back up. All of this will be the flat. So there might not be a sell here unless you get a good setup, but let's see if it comes. Right, that spike was nice, but it's coming down back. As of now, that buy setup is still valid. If this takes off, if it comes here and take off, the buy is still valid. So we leave this as an active buy. Yen coming down. There was a small flag here if anybody wants to take it. It's a really small trade. You had a small flag. You can put an entry order here. You can put a stop here and go for this trade. And then we're expecting it to go back up. I don't think this is the turn for the downside. I don't think we're turning. We need to go a little higher, maybe make one flat and then go. So this is just going to come here and then go back up. One more up and then come down. I don't think this is going to drop because they pull back all the way to the top, right? The correction is way back in the top of the impulse. So sell setup. Let's go for this. This trade, remember, only if you can afford, you can monitor and manage the trade properly. But it's a really nice one. It's a short one. You're trading this impulse, this flag, and you're going for this impulse. That's a one-to-one risk to reward trade. And it's an easy one. These are not difficult ones. So I would not put the sell. I'll put we're waiting for a buy because that trade is gone. If you took it, you took it. If you saw that and you took it, great. If not, it's gone. We can't take it now. You're at a disadvantage now. Euro New Zealand. Okay, so we were looking for a pullback, but not that deep. We were looking for this pullback, but now that it's gone that much, it means this is not the running flat. Take that off. Okay, let's put it like this. We're either making a bigger flat here, separate from them, something like this. It still looks downside. Right now, they're curving. But that curve could be because of the correction, right? You could see that this is divergent, but that is mostly because we're getting corrections. So as of now, it's still a sell setup. I would not go with any buy into this as yet. Now, where would the sell be? This is too sharp. I don't think we're actually ending the structure there, but you can put a sell a little lower, put it here for now. We'll try to get it from them. Can we buy this flag to see how high that goes? Let me see the bigger picture if there's a possibility for any big move to the upside. I don't see it. It could make a deeper correction, but I don't see there's no need for that, specifically. Structurally, we're downside. So I think if we can leave this here, let this consolidate. This is the 15 minutes. Let it consolidate more. If it comes deeper in the consolidation, we can try to buy that. If you want to buy this, well, with a lot of caution, right? You could probably go with it, but there's no target to the upside. It's just in the correction for now. If we're breaking out of this to go deeper, well, then it will be worth it. So it's a very small trade, very small flag. If you take that entry, you have to keep a stop here because this is your sell setup. Actually, if it breaks the top and go more, the sell will come here. Now, what we would like to see is we would like to see this actually pull back deeper. Go back there, come here, go back there, and then we get this flat. And this would be a perfect sell. So which one would it be? I don't know. We'll wait and see, right? EuroCAD. Okay, EuroCAD upside. It's making a running flat here. You want this to come back a little more here, and then we can buy this. Put an entry. When it comes back here, then you put an entry there. Put a stopper, and let's see if we get that. Now, it seems we have more upside in this trade. Yeah, I think we're expecting it to go a little higher. So that is possible, and then we're looking for sell setups. Just a little higher. Now, can it drop from here? No, I don't see it. And then we can still cancel it, but I don't see any possibility where they're trying to drop from this point. I see this probably coming back as a running flat. Coming back mostly here as a running flat, and then the upside. So look for a buy setup. Euros. Oh, we wanted this to go up like that, but it didn't go. So we still haven't got that up move, which means at some point we have to get it right. We still haven't got this. So maybe not here, but at some point you get it because this is very corrective. So we had this as a running flat first, right? Until this starts to correct here. Where there's more correction, that's where the flat is happening. So this would probably go with something else in the past. I don't see anything to put it with, and definitely not with this. Okay, this is really slow. This up move is not enough. I wouldn't go with a contracting flat. The question is, would I look at this as a contracting flat if you look at it like this? I don't think so. It's possible, but it's weird, right? You do have it. It has everything you need, right? It has 1, 2, 3. Perfect, right? That was what we're looking for. And you have 1, 2, and it's a sharp move there. But if it had been here, we would probably go with that. But this one is a little too short. So I'm a little skeptical of that. So I think we are still in this. And at some point we get it. Right? So this is relatively sharp. I don't know. It does have a 1, 2, 3 in it. 1, 2, 3, but then you got this correction and you're getting another correction here, which looks like a sell setup. So I think at some point it just stop here and go back up for this one. Maybe today we get that up move. So if you're selling this, you got to sell it with a lot of caution. It's a sell setup. You can put an entry order there to sell. You might get a drop that like this again. This one is relatively sharp, so I wouldn't be surprised if they come here and first do this, make a flat here, and then drop and go back up. Right, that is it. So this trade, you'll just manage to break even should it not go. Take a little profit out of it when it drops. Now, what if this goes higher? That would work better for us. Not only like this, but literally go back to the top. There is no buy setup. You're going slow, but that's not a buy setup, especially with this deep pullback. Euro yen. Okay, it's coming down. We broke the top. So if they want to drop from here, I think we were looking at all the yen pairs, whether we should sell. This one actually went way back to the top, looking more like a flat. That's why we didn't sell it. And I think not a bad thing. You should do that. There's only one of them that you could have sold. We'll try to remember which one as we go through them. So this could still be a running flat. So don't chase it. Wait for a flag here now. So if it makes any flag, we're selling because the next move down is equivalent to this move. It's equivalent to this entire move. This entire 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put the whole move, but we're going to expect it to go in a three-wave structure, right? So that is the move down you're looking for. Should it go? Right now, if this is the absolute top, and it could be, we already broke this top, so we're looking at a running flat. Right? If this is the top, of the whole thing. We're coming now all the way to the bottom here, not in a straight line, but as you can see, you could get a numerous amount of trades going down. So this would be amazing sell. Let's go here and take that sell. Wait for a flag, take this. I'll take this off, right? Even if it's a running flat, we're not really keen on the buy. But wait for any flag and sell. So I'll put flag sell. Any 15 minutes flag sell. Euro Swiss. We still haven't got this one. So if we get a flag from there, that's a sell. This was a buy last week. All right, that was a buy setup. We're getting a sell setup here. It's dropping. That's a nice 1 hour drop, and that's a single drop, no flag in it. Just once. And this is the top, that's a drop. Any flag sell, 15 minutes flag sell. Wait for it. You see they drop like this, and look what happened. It went right back up, right? You do not want to jump into a trade, that candle that dropped like that right here. And then look what happens. You sell here, and then it does that. And yeah, that would be a perfect running flat. So good luck with that. We're not buying it either. So what you want to see is you really, really want to see you get a flag here. Any flag there would be a sell. The flag confirms one more move down. They do have those sharp. Here's the thing. Drop, flag, sell. This will give you break even on the way up. Right? Drop, no flag, way back to the top. Drop, no flag, way back to the top. Small running flat. We're making a small running flat here. Well, then wait for it to go back up and buy. Euro pound. Sell setup, not a good one. That was a nice sell, by the way. This one came very nice. This one, still a sell setup, but not the best one. You would want, you see the sharp one here, you want this to come back here and then go back up, and then this would be a perfect sell setup. Where would that take us? Let's go, 4 hours. A little more down, maybe back to this low here. I was expecting it to break out, but they actually made a really deep pullback. So let's say it's going to break out of this structure. Could this be just a big flat for upside? It could be. They made a lot of flats. See if you're looking at this. Up, flat, up, flat, up. Okay, this could be another flat just like that here. Right? Put it like this. Just another flat and up again. Why we need all those flats there? It's still a correction. But it's weird because this was perfect. Until here, right? See, they didn't break out of the structure. This flat could break out of the structure. So we take that sell to come here, and then if it keeps dropping, that is just a deep pullback. I think it's a deep pullback because I don't see any reason for a big flat there. So I would go with that's just a deep pullback within this, and we are dropping. So it's a good sell setup. Put another sell. I'll take this off and put a sell here. Go to the 15 minutes. What you want to do is wait for some more consolidation and then sell it. All right, some more consolidation, and then we put the entry order under last impulse. Pause. It's coming down. So this one went back to the top, and then from there, we were expecting it to go down. This is an easy pattern. This is not complicated. All you need to do is sell now. So you're getting a consolidation here. That's a sell setup. Put an entry order under the low and go for that. So let's see in the 15 if it's a better. Yeah, it's still a sell. All right, so that's a small flag. This is really sharp, so I don't think this. We could go running flat. We could go running flat. There's a sharp one here too. So if that's a running flat with this correction and this is a correction here, this could drop. If it goes higher, we'll relook at it. But for now, that's a sell setup. And we expect them to drop out of the structure. I don't think we need to go down back. It has a lot of pieces like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and this one go up. This one is really sharp. This one is not that sharp. But we'll go for that. It has to come and break this low. Here's what it's saying. We have to come back to this low. See? So regardless of what this drop is coming here for break even, and should it break through, that's a trade. I think it could break through. So this is an active sell. Pang Yen? Yeah, I think this was the one we were thinking of whether we should have sold it, but it didn't go back up. Did it go back up? Sorry, let me bring this here. Should have put the entry order in. I was expecting it actually went up back. That was all we needed it to go. Right? We just needed this to go back this much. And it actually, did anybody put the entry order on? Needed to go back that much and then sell. Any of you guys managed to sell it? Nobody took the trade? That was a good one because we just need to pull back so we can get a small running flat there and then go for the sell. Anyway, it's okay. Let's see. It makes another flag here that will confirm downside. See, any 15 minutes flag here will confirm downside or confirm a big pullback like this. So either way, the trade is a good one. Do we need a big pullback like that? No, that pullback we're putting with this one here. So it's going to be one of the two things. Let me go through back. Either this is finished, like this is the flat in here and it's finished. That's the top we're dropping. And that means we're going for a very big move, the equivalent of this. Or total downside. Right? The equivalent of this or total downside. That's one option. So we'll take the sell. The second option is this is not the equivalent of this, but we're making a running flat here. So this one is just going to do this, make a running flat and then go. You notice there's no deep consolidation here. So that running flat is less likely because there's no huge consolidation. This was a sharp move up. So I think this is the running flat and we're over with it. We're dropping. Now, all you need is another flag here to confirm that. If you didn't get the first one, wait for a second flag here to confirm that, and then we sell. So wait for a sell setup. Euro yen, pound yen, both sell setup. Pound New Zealand. It's kind of going up. So I still think this looks like a running flat. Let's wait. There's no trade here. Unless it consolidates here a lot. Then we'll go for upside. Otherwise, I still think it's a sell setup. We just don't have the setup to trade it as yet. Take that off. We're looking for a sell with a flag here, but it pulled back deep. So let's wait. Pound Swiss. Okay, this is coming down. Let's see where we are. We're about to break that up, which means it's going to continue to go. This one didn't come very deep. We still haven't got that sharp one. What does it look like? Well, I was thinking running flat. We were thinking this is going to come back deep because we broke the top. And that deep one was for what? No, we don't have anything to go with it. So let's put it like this. Can we do this? Can it come back this much? And then go, making a flat there because this is extremely sharp. So let's see if you get sell setups taken. If it makes a flag, we buy. Right, no, it's coming down sharp, so better to wait for the sell setup. See there, just a drop, a pullback, a drop, a pullback, a drop, then wait for this and sell. You want that flag before you sell. Don't sell on those small ones. So wait for a flag to sell. Punkat. Let's go in the daily, see where we're going. Daily is more upside. 4 hour, we're coming to break this top. We haven't broken the top as yet. I still think we're going to break that top before we come down. So let's go into 1 hour. Okay, so you got a correction there, correction there, correction. This could be a correction of its own. This has a 3-way in it. See, this could be another flat forming for upside. You're getting this flat in here, which means it should go up, come back down, make this one, and then that's a buy setup. So there will be a buy setup here for one more impulse. It'll take a while, but that will be a buy setup. Aussie yen. We broke the top. Aussie yen is the one I think we expect can come down. No, New Zealand yen. Aussie yen needs to break this top, I think, right? Let me go back to the daily. Yeah, it needs to break that top. So it's going to come down here, make this running flat, and then go. We're expecting it to come back like this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then go back up. Right? Kind of, this is a 1, 2, 3. That's a deep pullback. I think right now we look for sell setups. Do we have a sell setup? Nope, not as yet. That was a buy, take it off. That worked well. So we can come here and wait for a flag and sell. Any flag here is sell. Aussie Swiss. Wait for a flag, sell. We still haven't got this one. So I'm going to make the assumption it's coming from there. And then more upside. Remember, this is still flat. That is very important. We remember that thing is super flat. Right? So would I put this one with this for a running flat? By the way, good question. I wasn't looking at it. Can we put those two as a running flat? We do have this here. We have a 1, 2, 3. What if all of this here is just one piece? Like 1, 2, 3. We have to relook at that. That possibility exists. In that case, this is just dropping to the bottom. So if we're wrong, you get a better one. If you're right, it will go back up one more. So I'll leave this here for now because this one was perfect. Right? Nothing's wrong with that until you look at it for this one here. So first, this move, if I'm wrong, they go lower. Go to the 1 hour. Wait for a sell setup. See, this one would drop, make a flag there. You wouldn't sell that flag, but you would definitely sell these flags because you would think of a running flat here until you make this one. This was a good sell. This was a good sell. So wait for a sell setup. It's coming down. It's coming down really sharp. So you need a flag here for it to sell. Right? You need this to start making a flag here. That'll be a sell setup. So all the yen pairs have sell setup on them actually. Aussie CAD. We broke the low, but I don't think that consolidation is finished. That's what the big picture is. We broke that top, so that is useless. We broke this top. Do we have divergence? Oh, we do. We have a lot of it. So that means we can expect this to come down. You can expect this to start coming down from there. What do we have anything at the top there that it could be a flat? I would still make an argument for a possible flat here. Come back here and then go. But if we get a flag, we can sell. By the way, this would be more of an expanding flat like this. I think we can do that. Makes more sense. Okay, this is really sharp, although it's a correction of its own. So what we're going to do here is this is making some kind of flag. Don't worry with that. Let it come down. If we're going to get a buy, we want it to be like this. I'll take this one, not the whole piece, because this is a 1, 2, 3 makes more sense. This will be something like this. Come here and then go. Can we sell it? We sold this one. So you can go into 15 minutes and say, we were selling this, and we thought that would drop. So we can sell this. Just need a flag here and we sell. Let it come here. Make a flag and go for this trade before you go up. So there's a trade to the downside there. Don't try to buy it here because if this is making a small flat, they're going to go one up. We're not looking for the buy. Aussie, New Zealand. Okay, this pullback. It broke out. That's the first pullback in the downside. Let's make a flat. Not a flag, a flat. I let this here makes a flat. And then we sell. New Zealand Swiss. Also upside. A lot upside. So I think this one needs to. First we'll go to they're coming back for this one here. And if I'm wrong, they go straight through the bottom. Right? Then this should go back up there. And then this one should come down from here. Same moves, except we're moving them a little because of this, right? So I would look at this as a 1, 2, 3. That is something like this for downside. So let's go into 1 hour, see if it's turning. We don't know that it's turning as yet from there, but we can make that assumption. So let's see, this is the top and it's coming down. That is the top and it's coming down. This was kind of a correction. You need a flag here under this low. You need a flag here, and then that would be a sell setup. So this could be a sell. Let's see if we get it. I'm going to put it as waiting for a flag to sell, and we'll see where that goes. New Zealand yen should be the same thing. Wait for a flag to sell. Right? If it makes flag, can we go with the buy? Yeah, you can, but there's no buy setup. Wait for a flag to sell. New Zealand yen, sorry. New Zealand CAD. Okay, this is coming down back. Where are we in the big picture? A little more up. I expect them to break this top before they come down. And I don't think this is making an expanding flat here. So go with the 1 hour. Maybe more upside. It's kind of coming back, maybe a running flat like this. I'll go with a running flat here. A smaller version of a running flat like this. Put the entry above the top. Let this come a little more here and then look for the buy setup. You're looking for something equivalent to this. Buy setup. The buy because there's at least one more buy to come, right? And then the downside. Canadian. Okay, Canadian, it doesn't need to go there because we broke this top. But if it does go, we'll go to say the same thing here. This is the top that doesn't need to go higher because we broke the weekly top, right? And some of them we did and some of them we didn't. Aussie, we haven't broken it. New Zealand, we broke it. Now, I'll be very careful here because I think this can go a little higher, right? Let's see. Unless it starts making a flag. If it doesn't make a flag, you would look for a buy setup if you want, right? So if this becomes a flag here, it's a sell. If it goes anywhere higher, it would be one more upside. Take the trade if you want. Take this off. Cat Swiss. Okay, we should get a move down. This was a good buy. It was only to test that top. Some of you took it. You took off the trade, which was excellent. So now we're going to wait for this to come back here, right? This is one more drop. That's a perfect flat for downside. All right, that is a perfect flat in this to come back one more down. So this is the down move. This is the flat. Come back here again like this and then go. Then we'll probably look at it like this. It's a big one, right? So look for sell setups. Let's see if we have any sell setups. Nope, nothing. This could be a flag for upside. One more. We'll wait. We don't have a buy setup there. Swiss yen. This is coming down, but really, really, really slow. I think structurally this one could be different from the rest. This is more like a channel or a running flat or whatever it is. You can put these two together as the flat here. I think this would make sense. These are very sharp moves, both of those. This makes sense. It's kind of making much more sense now than previously when we didn't have that sharp one. Okay, this is a correction of its own, so you can make an argument that went up really nice. This is the top. That's a sharp move. You've got to replicate sharp move there. This is all correction. So that means this is going to go up more. Right? If you're correct about that, then we have to make a new high. So but then daily. So if that daily running flat is correct and it does look very good, then this is going to make it. Do we need to make a new high? Not necessary. By the way, if you're asking whether you think this is going to drop, there's a good example here for you. See this sharp move? And look what this went. Correction. Look how this one went. Way, way, way up, broke the top. And then look at that. So we're going to repeat that. You get this pullback. You get that way, way, way up and broke the top. Broke the top by quite a lot. But the size of the move is what you're looking at, right? This is what we're expecting. Can we get this move down? And then upside? I think it's possible. I think that's really possible. I don't know where this come from. We'll have to check and see whether when it comes down, there's one more move up or not. But very likely that downside is going to happen. Now, here's the question. Is it ready to go? I don't think so. I think we're going to go break that top first. Let's see. Would we take a sell setup if we get it here? I don't think this is the top of the whole structure. And we don't have a buy setup. If this is going to be a buy setup, it will have to go back up like this, come back here, make a flat, and then go before it reverses. So we don't have a buy setup. We're getting a sell setup. It's just not valid as yet. Don't sell it as yet. Let's wait. Aussie gold. This didn't come back. It will come back here, make a flat, and then it's going to continue to go up. So you'll have something like this. We can sell from this one going down. I'll wait for this to finish, see how far it finishes, and then we can look for a trade down like this. Something like that. Natural gas. Okay, that was a buy. It was a buy with a lot of caution if you're buying it. There wasn't a buy here. That's a sharp pullback. Let's see if we get another buy here. So what's the big picture of natural gas? Let's see. We came very, very, very close to that low, but we never broke it. I think we need to break that low. I need to know what the whole chart is. I don't have it. I think we have it somewhere in the internet. I'll look for it. But there's a very good chance we need to break this low and then turn. I'm expecting it to go back up, but I think they should break the low. I don't see why not comes up. Sorry, my whole charts freeze up. Yeah, I don't know why we shouldn't. Let me take this out. Let's take this out. Even this structure here was super flat. Right, this one came back all the way to the low here. It kind of made another flat here. I think you can see that. This one. Take this out. It kind of made another flat here in the 4 hour. You'll see it perfect. Yep. See? This came down, went up, came down back here. I don't think this piece is part of it, but you can do that if you want. Make it like this. That's more like a triangular pattern or something like that. It's not, it will still be a running flat. So, and then you go up to the top. Look for sell setups. I think this thing has to go down back. This was a buy, take that out. Look for sell setups. What you're waiting for is this here to actually come here, make a flag, and then sell. Don't sell without a flag. See, this went up. I think I showed that this morning. Don't sell without a flag. Wait for the flag. So wait for flag to sell. Let's wait. US oil. US 30. US 30 come back. We want that sell setup for this piece. And then this might go up. We might eventually go with a contracting flat here. Because this, if it happens, if this is not a contracting flat, which I don't think it is, right, then we're going to go back high. But if that's a contracting flat, we could drop through the bottom. So what we're looking for is give us a sell setup here. And if we're right about it, this is all the flat. And this one just dropped through the bottom. Right, and this would be a contracting flat. Similar to this one here. See this? That was a small contracting flat there. That ended that impulse. Could it be that this here is a small contracting flat ending this impulse? You could input it with this one, whichever one you choose. Could that be a possibility? No, I don't like that possibility. Let's see. Let's wait and see what we get. We don't have anything. No sell, no buy setups. More of a buy setup you have, sorry. You have a 15-minute buy setup here. That's a 15-minute impulse like this. And then it can drop. US 30. Okay, this didn't break out. It actually went up. So some kind of a running flat. We're expecting it to go up, but I think it should have pulled back like this first. Like this one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We never got 3. So if you're going to buy here, buy with caution. But the best thing is if it pulls back here and we get this. Then that buy becomes interesting. So let's see if we get the pullback and then we look for the buy setup. This one is not going to drop yet. It will drop, but not yet. And we're not going to break this low either because this is going to be something like 1, 2, 3, then back up. That's a nice buy. Take it out. This one here. See, this flat is perfect. S&P 500. Same thing. If you sold this, you managed to close it, I hope. If not, let's see in the 15. Okay, you probably didn't close it. We'll wait for this to come back, close it. Because your entry or your stop is supposed to be here. I'll put my stop above this stop now. Let's say you probably closed on Friday, but let's say you're still and you close it here. Right? Put it there and let's see if this comes back here. What is the 1 hour? This could be all the correction. Put an entry here for a buy. That's a nice flag because they might break the top. This might be all the consolidation. One more up. Let's see. So this would be an active buy. NASDAQ also, this could be all the consolidation and that could be a break even. Wait for a flag here if you're going to buy. It's making some kind of a flag here. See, they're kind of going sideways. Wait for that flag and then you can go for a buy setup. So this would be a buy setup too. It's kind of making a small flag, but put an entry there above it. But some more consolidation would help. RTY, we're going up, so you can get a short-term buy here. There's a deep pullback here, and we got another pullback here. It's not exactly deep, but it's a buy setup. You have a buy setup here that could go. Right, because this kind of broke out here. If you look at it, it went up, pull back, they're going now. How far? Well, just probably one more push and then downside. The big pictures, we might try to come and break this top. So we're expecting this to go break the top because that was a running flat. So yep, there's more upside, and this one could go. This might be just a bigger flat forming, but then 50. This whole thing might be making a bigger, flatter. So here, I don't know. I don't think it's looking upside. So there's a good buy setup here. Put an entry order above the top. And let's see if that goes. So this is a buy setup. Okay, this one is already breaking out, but this is not, take this off. This one is not going as impulsive as we'd want it to go. We wanted one sharp impulse. Instead, we're going like this. That doesn't make sense. Wait for it to break out, make a flag, and then buy. Let this come out of here, make a flag, and then consider that buy. Okay, that sell was great if you took it. And the 50 minutes, we're making a deeper pullback. Do we expect it to go back all the way to the top? No, not really. But this is what technical traders like to call head and shoulders. So wait for this to make a flag here and then look for the sell setup. If it goes up higher, you wouldn't be in the trade. So you can pull this line. As soon as we break the top, you can go with this. Okay, this is a good buy. And if you bought it from here, that would be excellent. Right? Anybody who bought from there did well. The first buy should have been this one, but that's break even. The second buy here is wait for another flag go. But this is definitely upside. Let's go with Nifty. Wait for flag buy. Tesla. Close the sell if you take it because you had a lot of time to decide this thing is not going anywhere. Let's see if we get this drop. This is still upside. We still have to go break that top, right? So wait for flags, wait for corrections, buy. I was just checking to see if it will make deeper pullback, but I don't think so. So this is a trade we identified a long way ago. My traders, I don't normally trade these. So one of my traders came up with it and I was like, yeah, this thing should come here and go right back up. So Ivan, you still have my bank account, right? You guys should be hammering this all the way up. Just keep buying. It has a lot more to go. And copper. Copper broke the top. So I still think I don't see this as the correction, especially with this flag in here. But running flats exist, right? So at any point in time, you get a running flat here for upside. Good. Go for it. Wait here, put it in the 1 hour. Wait for, oh, first you have one more up. Sorry. This needs, oh, I don't think this is a contracting flat. So I assume they're going to come here and then go. If you're trading that in the lower time frame, not bad. All right, this is the trade, and then you look for the buy setup. And then the sell again. Because once it breaks the top, it's going to be a sell again. Okay, Bitcoin. We're about to do it. So we made it in an hour, which is good. We don't have any news event. The London session is very thing. I made one recording. So my YouTube viewers, if you're watching, you're lucky you got the entire recording. We're going to give it to you. So normally we'll only give you part of it. But if you would like to join us, just send me a Skype message. You know how to do that, right? So this is it. This looks like it's going to go one more, but we have to come down back for this. And then very likely for the whole move down, because this doesn't look very impulsive going up. Right? It doesn't look very impulsive. It's going up, but not as impulsive as you'd like. So this is a running flat. This could go. If this break out, well, then yes, that makes it really impulsive. So if you're taking this trade, watch it when it comes here. If it starts to pull back, get rid of the trade. If it goes, stay with the trade. Now we do have 1, 2, 3. That is enough. But they're still consolidating in here, right? And if they're making consolidation, it looks like they're just making a much bigger one. So this is a buy setup as it stands right now. So if you want to take the trade to see how far it's going to go, you just have to manage it. Ethereum, also buy setup. It's kind of just going up more, right? Within this structure, I think that this is part of the structure. We're just coming back here more. Kind of go back, but it's still sell. I wouldn't buy this, no matter what. Let it go a little higher and then look for the sell, right? If you take this out, we're just trying to come back to this stop. It's trying to come back. It's consolidating in this range, right? So it could go there and then you get a drop. I don't think it's a takeoff from that point. We'll see though. Keep your eyes on it. If it makes flags good enough for you to buy, then great. But this one had one flat in it. See, there's some pullback, but it drops. So let's see if this drop and come here. Well, here is where the buy becomes really interesting. That'll be a really good buy if you get 1, 2, 3 from this point here at around. This is what 180, 170 somewhere there. That buy becomes interesting because the next move is going to break this stop. So you'll be going into the 5,000 area. I don't know what that was, but I'll take it out. So XRP coming down, nothing new coming down. Yeah, still consolidating, but downside. The only thing about XRP is we broke this low, right? It doesn't have to go a lot lower, but we broke the low. So this one might be worth giving a try for a buy if you want. Right? If this gives us a flag for a buy, I think we could take it. We could take it to at least go back and retest these stops. So I think I might buy some XRP. I want to buy setup. So if you took this, I hope you close it. If not, this one was going to go through, close it. Then because it seems like this is more of a consolidation here to go back up. Let's see in the 15 what it looks like. Yeah, it looks more like a consolidation to go. This looks like it's kind of pulling back here for consolidation. And it could break out anytime. All right, so let's see. If it's going to break out, what is this line in the middle there? That was the line coming from here, right? So you don't need it. So this could go up. Put an entry here. And that's a safe spot. If they keep dropping, you wouldn't be in the trade. But if they spike, they'll spike out of the structure. You can put that. You can always go back and say, okay, put an entry order to sell here. Should it go like this and come back, take you out here, and then it goes to the low and we buy again. So I actually like this. Let's see. ADA. I'm just going to do a few more and then stop. This is more upside. It's probably, they're doing this consolidation here. So I think you can end up in more like this and then watch it go there and then come down. Can it come down first? I think there's a possibility this could also come down here first, make this into a flat, and then go back up for that. Like a running flat here, drop and then go. They're not going up. They're kind of consolidating upwards. And that's a huge difference. See, we drop here, we're making a big consolidation in here, and then downwards and then up. So I don't think we're taking off. Whatever is happening here now, there's a good chance this could be a running flat here if you look at it. So this might just come down here slowly like this, go back up like that, make this one, and then drop. Let's see. And we're going to do these two because a lot of our traders trade these two. So this one, you expect it to go up a little more. I think it can. We're not trying to sell. We're not trying to buy it very much. But if you want to buy this, it could probably do that. Come to about here, like, and then drop. I don't see them taking off. Right? I don't think we're trying to take off. I think we're trying to just make that flat there and then drop. But buy it and then see if I'm wrong. Good for you, right? If it takes off like a rocket, good for you. So put an entry order like this. Put an entry order here. Depending on what your spread is, you can either put it above this top or you can put it here. You don't want it to tag you. Should it go down? Assuming that this here is a flat. And this flat is going to go back one more high. Maybe this much, but I think higher than that. Maybe this much, but I think it could go much higher. So go with this much. Right, that they're going to go that much. Or probably let it come back here if it has to. We don't do it. Break this top and then drop. That would make sense. Let's see, this one also. No, this is sell. It's going to go up, but it's sell. Don't try to buy it. If this looks like it can go back there, but then it's a sell setup. Better to go for the sell. Right? See, this has 1, 2, 3. We get a correction. You get 1, 2, 3. You drop. This had a 1, 2, 3, a correction. So yeah, we broke the top here, and then we correct. We went 1, 2, 3. We correct. We get 1, 2, 3. Drop. I don't think it's total upside. So let it go up and then sell it. I think that's it. Right? We're gonna end here. Thank you very much. I hope you have fun this week and you make some money.